In this Elementor review, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this WordPress plugin. If you have any questions, please comment them below, and I'll also leave a discounted link so you can always get your money's worth for Elementor. With Elementor, you can build landing pages, e-commerce stores, or even full-blown websites. So the first thing you need to do is download and install the Elementor plugin into your WordPress page. Then once we go over to Pages and go on Add New, we see we have the option of editing with Elementor. If we click onto there, and this takes us over to this page. So as you can see, we've got loads of elements on the left-hand side. We can drag them into there, or we can also click on the plus and select our structure. So first, I'm going to drag in a heading, and we can just add our heading text into here, or you can also type it into there if you prefer. We can also paste a URL. We can set the size, so we could go small, large, extra large. We can set the HTML tag, and we can also set the alignment. Next to that, we also have the options for the style. So it's automatically set to a blue. Let's say if I wanted to make that sort of greenish, we could go on the color wheel and find the color we want. We can also adjust the typography by choosing the font. We can set the size, the weight, transform, so we could go for all uppercase. We could set the style if we wanted it normal, italic, oblique, underline, overline, line through. We can also set the line height, the letter spacing, and the word spacing. We also have advanced settings where we could set the margin, padding, width, position, z-index, CSS. We could add motion effects. So there's the option for vertical scroll, horizontal scroll, transparency, blur, rotate, scale. Found on vertical scroll, we could set the speed and the viewport. And then once we go onto the page, that should activate. We can also set to apply the effects on desktop, tablet, and mobile. Also have an array of different options such as transform, background, border, mask, responsive, attributes, and custom CSS. Okay, so once we were happy with the title, we could add some more elements. So if I go on the plus there, we have the option of selecting our structure. So we go for 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. So if I go for blocks of 3, we can see we've got these little add sections. So if I click on add there, and we could say add a intersection. So one could be an image, and we could just upload an image. And next to that could be a text editor, and we could just type in there as we want. We've also got an array of different options there as well. Obviously we could put that in bold or italic. We could do lists, we can add it as a paragraph, etc. We can also add a drop cap, add columns, and set the column gap, as well as again editing the text and the text color. And we've got those advanced settings. If I just scroll down, as you can see, we have loads and loads of different elements here. So I'm just going to go through a few today. There's all kind of options like price tables, flipbox, call to action. This would all work depending on what your page is. If it was an online store, then a lot of these could come in handy, like a countdown or reviews or testimonials carousel. And if it was a blog, you might want to focus more on text or pictures. So I'm going to add my SoundCloud into this one. You could just paste in the SoundCloud link you'd like there. You can set it to an autoplay as well, so it would automatically play it. A buy button, a like button, download button, share button, comments, play counts, username, and you can set control colors. Next to there, I could also add a video. Again, you can obviously just put your own YouTube link into there. You can set the source from YouTube, Vimeo, Dailymotion, self-hosted. You can even set the start time and the end time, as well as having those video options there as well. You can obviously keep going with this and keep dragging in widgets, and you really could get the website exactly how you want it to look. There's even options such as site logo, site title, post title if you just wanted to do a separate post. And you can add your WordPress pages, calendar, or archives, etc. It is worth noting as well that you can also search the widgets if you were looking for something specific. I just typed in social in there. We've got social icons, reviews, share button, Facebook embed, and Facebook page. Next to elements, we also have global, where you can save your first global widget, and then you could add it to multiple areas. At the very bottom, we have a settings section, where you can set general settings. So you can set the title, the status, if it's a draft, pending review, private, published, a featured image. You could hide the title and set the page layout. You can also set the background. So you could go for a gradient. Set the location, second color, etc. So you could go for a gradient or a block color, etc. So as you can see with that now, we've got a gradient. It's going from sort of a greenish color to a light blue. There's also advanced settings where you can add your own custom CSS and set the scroll snap. Next to Navigator, we have History. This has got all the actions you've done, and we also have revisions if you did have any saved revisions. Next to there, we have Responsive Mode. We can go at the top, so you could look at it as a desktop, on a tablet, or on a mobile phone. And next to there, we have Preview Changes, which will take you over to your page. As we can see, I added some animation to the text, and that's all working okay. We've got a SoundCloud there, our YouTube video, and the picture we added. When you were completely happy, you can go and publish, or you can also save it as a draft, or save it as a template. If I just go ahead and go and publish, then our page is live, and again, we can open that up on a new tab and look at our page. Now I've just gone through a couple of widgets today, but as I said earlier, there's loads of different widgets to choose from. And that's everything I'm going to go through today. So what did I think of Elementor? Elementor was a fantastic WordPress plugin. It gives you a range of tools and widgets so you can make a professional looking page. I also really loved the customization options for all the widgets. The only thing I couldn't seem to get working was the animation on the title. It worked absolutely fine on the text box, but it was just the title. However, with a little bit more time, I think I could have got this exactly how I wanted to. Elementor is definitely something I can see myself using in the future, and I definitely recommend. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.